to Manappuram Finance, because do remember the company had delivered their Q4 numbers. Profits were a bit below estimates, and even the NII did see a bit of muted growth. But I guess the interesting part was that the AUM growth was quite healthy. The gross NPA ratios as well were very stable. So let's bring on board Mr. VP Nandakumar, the MD and CEO of the company, right now on the show. Good morning, Mr. Nandakumar. Appreciate you giving us your time on ET now. To start with, what were your key profit growth drivers? Because from what I can see, your net profit has degrown actually by about 8.7% on a year-on-year basis. Pardon me.
Yeah. So some amount of profitability. One thing was from microfinance. The impact is over. From the last quarter onwards, they have started reporting profit. Last quarter profit was around 13 crores. The gold loan business, there was some additional provision. That is mainly on it was around 12 crores. It is a technical provision because we had an issue in Madurai. So the gold was sent over to us by the court, but we were not able to liquidate that. We are getting the court orders phase by phase, and half of it is already liquidated and realized the money.
How has the growth been in overall AUM book, and which segments led to this growth?
Gold loan growth, I consistently maintain a growth rate of around over 10%, 10 to 15%, or even up to 20%. I am expecting, because last 2 quarters we have grown by 5%. So my expectation is around 5% per growth per quarter. That's my expectation. So what has happened last year, because of the higher auction on account of demand, plus the portfolio actually degrew because of, again, the cash was not there during the last quarter of the previous year. So because of that, the last 2 quarters there was some decline. So it has come back during the 3rd and 4th quarter, where we grew at 5%. I believe, I hope that this trend will be continued in gold loan. Microfinance, yes, some of the major players have become the SFPs. So we are the 6th largest player in the country. So there is a good enough market for us, and we are growing steadily. And commercial vehicle finance, it is mostly financing used trucks. We are around 600 crores. That business is also growing steadily.
Okay, how have Q4 margins shaped up? Has there been any pressure on spreads due to naturally the rising cost of funds? And what's the outlook going ahead? Can the rising cost of funds be managed with higher yields?
Yes, the cost of borrowing has moved up by 10 basis points. It is around 8.8%, again one of the lowest in the industry. But I cannot fully predict, but hopeful of maintaining below 9%. Then our yield is somewhere around over 24%, which will be maintained at that level in gold loan. In the other businesses, I think 10 or 20 basis points that we may be able to pass on. Microfinance, it is around 22% now lending rate. So all depends on the NIM cap. If the interest rates slightly moves up, it will be lending rates will be raised accordingly. So whatever is the rate, I don't think that it is going to with 10 or 20%, 20 basis points. I don't think it is going to have much impact. The efforts are on to bring down the OPEX by bringing down the security cost. it will be a positive thing for our business.
How has asset quality shaped in each of the segments that you are lending? Outlook ahead, especially scenario of the state election?
Yeah, asset quality for us is good. The gross NPA is around 0.7% and net NPA is around 0.3%. That's the scenario. A higher provision could be seen because, as I mentioned, because of the technical nature technical NPA, which will be liquidated now. So going forward also, I think the in gold loan, the NPA will be maintained below 5%. In other businesses, we will be able to, microfinance business, the second largest business, the recovery rate is around 100%. The other businesses, we are the businesses are stabilized better, so I think NPA will come down.
Okay, and finally, what's the growth strategy ahead for the, let's say, the next 2 years for Manappuram Finance, and where will be the key focus areas to improve return ratios?
So the growth strategy gold, as I told, it will grow at a rate of 10 to 15%. The other businesses, as these are stabilized, the growth rate will be higher. On a consolidated basis, I hope we will be able to achieve around 20%. So the profit also hopefully grow commensurate with that.
You have answered it earlier as well. There has been several rumors of promoters selling stake, merging with another NBFC. Can you give some clarity?
I feel like my role continues to deny that.
Thanks so much for that, sir.